I got a little prank that I want you to try at home, or you can try it anywhere that you think it'll work. Okay, let's say you're eating at home and the family's there, and what you do is, instead of sitting in the place that you normally sit in somebody else's chair and see what happens. I have done that. We have gathered together to have a meal as a family, and where I would normally sit, where they put me at that part of the table, I got in somebody else's chair. As they started coming to the table, it's like, they just like, Papa, what are you doing there? Well, I'm sitting here getting ready to have supper. But you don't sit there. What do you mean I don't sit there? I'm sitting here now. No, that's not your chair. What do you mean it's not my chair? Your chair's over there. I thought, well, I thought this was everybody's chairs. I mean, they're all the same. No, you sit over there. I sit there. I mean, it totally messed up the whole routine that night. Just totally messed up the whole routine. Oh, Papa Walt, what's this got to do with anything? I'll tell you what it's got to do with anything. It's got to do with habits. And we all have habits. Some are good, some are bad, some we need to change. Why do we need to change? Because they ain't working for us. Because we keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over. And guess what? That's the definition of insanity. Why do we need to change our habits? Because sometimes changing our habits can make us be much better than we are, be all that we can be, and really glorify God in some areas of our life. So how do you do that? Well, let me tell you how you do that. You don't do it by hitting the reset button, because the word reset, there's two words there, R-E-S-E-T. Now, I'm breaking it up for a reason. If you look up the R-E, it's a prefix in front of the word set. So if you just do the re, it means to go and do it again. It means what you just did, you just go and do it again, doing the same thing that you did and getting the same result, which leads you to what? What I say, insanity. It's not changing anything. Or in this world, do-over. I'm going to do a do-over. I messed up. I'm going to go to do a do-over. That isn't going to work, because you're going to do the same thing that you did, and it's going to result in the same ending result. So we have habits. What's a habit? Let me explain to you what habits are. We all have them. First of all, we come into this world not knowing anything. We know absolutely nothing. As a baby, all we know is which cry. We know how to cry to get our diaper changed. We know how to cry to get fed, and we know how to cry to get held by mama, okay? We know that because it's an instinct. God puts it in there enough for a baby to do that. As the baby develops, as we grow into adults, okay, guess what happens? We develop habits. Every one of us has habits. Some of us have a habit of, man, I brush my hair in this spot, in the bathroom, with this comb, with this brush, and I start this way, and I do it this way. Now, as you can see, I don't have that habit or that problem on the top of this head, but I do have my own habits, how I do things in the morning, how I brush my teeth, how I put my deodorant on, how I do things. My wife is the same way. She has a 1, 2, 3, 4 system that she does every morning. We all have habits. If it's working for you, leave it be. Leave it be. But if it's not working for you, if it's frustrating you, if it's not coming out good on the other end, well, I think it's time to change your habit. How do you do that? Well, let me tell you how you do that. You don't just hit restart and you just don't say do over. You have to go back to the beginning, and you have to change something that you've been doing. You have to determinedly demolish what you've been doing and start something brand new to get where you want to get. You have to consciously say, you know what? I am not doing that anymore. This is what I'm going to do. And you will develop a new habit. And if it's working, then that's where you want to get. Now, I think it's good that all of us take time to reflect sometimes, to just back up and just take a few minutes and, you know what, why do I do that? Why do I act that way all the time in that situation? Why do I think like that all the time in that situation? Why do I eat like that in that situation? And bringing up eating, let me tell you a habit that I just recently changed coming on this video. I have lost a lot of weight. I'm actually still working on a goal, but I'm reaching that goal. What happened to me, my blood pressure was elevating and elevating and elevating, and the small medications that I was taking, because my blood pressure is hereditary, was not doing all it could do. I was overeating, I was not exercising, and the numbers were getting high. Blood pressure is a silent killer. It can give you a stroke, a heart attack, or for me, since I've had cancer and had everything removed, the thing I do not want to happen is my kidneys shut down, because if they shut down, that's the end of it. So I had to make some drastic changes. I had to consciously say, you know what, I'm not doing that anymore. I had to determinedly demolish the old habit of the way I was eating, that I was not exercising, that I wasn't doing what needed to be done. I have made those changes. I didn't just hit reset and I just didn't do a do-over. I totally changed everything. I am where I want to be, and I'm getting to where I want to be. So all this is for you. Take a time to look at your life. Take a time to see, is this working? If it's not working, change the habit. Don't reset it. Don't do it over. Change the habit. Consciously change the habit. That can be in your spiritual life. That can be in your physical life, your emotional life, your mental life, anything that concerns your life. If you develop a habit that is not working, take the time to change it and be the best that you can be in your life.